Getting started with desensitizing with this horse. So we'll see kind of how it goes. So you can see right there, he starts side-eyeing my flag, but he didn't move, so we're gonna retreat. We're gonna approach. He got nervous and retreat. We're gonna approach and retreat. Giving him the option, if he needs to move his feet, he can. So right there, he chose to move. So we're going to keep that pressure going. And just keep redirecting that horse's focus back towards me. And I'm not looking to touch him with the flag yet. We need him to accept the air. So I'm just touching his air around him. And he's just overreactive to that. And there he stopped, so we're gonna give him just a second. He looks away. So now we're gonna start touching him with the flag. If he's not worried enough and he's got his attention elsewhere, we're gonna keep going. So what I'd like to see him do is that there where he dropped that head just a little bit for me. He's starting to blink a little bit. He took a deep breath out. So I like that a lot better. So you can tell that this horse has had this done before, but we are just getting our evaluation done here today, kind of finding that baseline, seeing where he's at. Is he funny about his feet, his flank area? He kind of twitches a little bit in that flank area, so we'll want to just keep reminding him that that's not a big deal. Kind of see him jump there, and that's when I'm hitting that flag on his belly. Just really soft, but with purpose. I really like that this horse is not moving. He has a very, very short attention span, so we want to start lengthening that and getting that redirected back towards us. Good job, buddy. So we'll rub him with that flag. We're going to take him for a little walk back over here. You notice I'm not real big about like hiding the flag or keeping the flag where he can't see it. I'm not interested in like sneaking up on him. So we're gonna come to this side and see where we're at. Just keeping myself a safe distance from him in case he needs to move his feet. So when I first started, and I didn't get it on video, he did run over into everywhere, kind of like he did just a little bit ago on that new side. So this side is now just so much better just because I did one little desensitizing exercise with it and got him thinking. You can see his head's a lot lower on this side now, and I'm just kind of checking all my spots. You know, I don't want the flank area to be the first time that that's going to be touched when I'm on his back if for some reason something would get hung up in there or anything like that. Kind of jump just a little bit. Good job. This horse has a great foundation on him. We're just looking to fill in some of those holes and get him to where he's thinking about relaxation. So right now, if we look at our horse's overall demeanor, he just took a deep breath out again. His head's down. He's still a little wide-eyed, just kind of not sure about it. New surroundings. That is one thing that the owner reports, is that he, in new surroundings, gets nervous and is less focused on her. So we're going to work towards improving that for her. So you can kind of see, you know, we are inside here today. Kind of bad weather outside, and right there, he dropped that head down. My timing was off just a little bit there with my stopping, but he still did a great job. So we're going to switch sides. Come back to this side, do the same thing. So he gets a little distracted anytime something moves outside, catches his eye. So these are all good things for him, because let's go ahead and get that stuff out of the way and work on that focus. You can kind of see he gets distracted over there, are some windows and they've got some reflections on them, and it's just enough to kind of catch his eye. Good boy. So the owner also reports he's a little funny about his head. He's telling me here, yep, that's right, a little funny about the head. So again, I'm just going in the airspace around him. So a lot of horses will get to where they want to move their feet right during this section of the desensitizing. And if so, I just go with them and I keep my object moving and I'm looking for him to relax. So some of the things that he's already done, which is good, is, you know, his head isn't as rigid as it was. It's definitely still not relaxed. He likes to give me 1.5 eyes, not really giving me that 2 eyes yet. We're just getting started today. That's going to be something we want to fix. We want to get his total respect. So he's standing still. He didn't move his feet. So we're going to bring that in. You can see he gets jumpy when that stuff kind of comes up towards him. So those are things that we're definitely going to be working on. Okay. You can see how he avoids things. So we're going to bring him back towards us, back to the same exercise. So this time, much better. He didn't immediately throw his head up. He is wide-eyed. He did go up. He's kind of thinking about coming down. So we'll release when he dropped that head down. Right back at it. So I could move myself to stay more in front of him, but instead we'll bring his head over here to my right just a little bit, kind of make him fix himself as opposed to me moving. So when I move and adjust myself for his bad positioning, then he wins. So he who moves his feet first loses. So if he works harder and moves his feet harder than I work mine, then he loses and I win. Just like if I was a boss mare out in the field. So you can kind of see he's pretty wide-eyed, his head's pretty high, especially now that I've got 2 eyes. I have definitely 2 eyes right now, which is good. So he softened a little bit. Come in and rub him. So again, like he kind of got jumpy about that, so we're just going to repeat that. But you notice my body language is nice and soft and relaxed. I'm not going at him like I need him to move. Good boy. So right there, he dropped that head again, right? So he's starting to get that concept and understanding and remembering that somewhere in his life, someone has already taught him this. So sometimes in our horse's education, we have to think about just restarting, reviewing those exercises. So we talk about the foundation of our horses and how important that foundation is. But if we don't go back and check our foundation and review those exercises, they forget them. So it's always important that we go back and double check that foundation and education and remind them that that is part of what we need them to do. So definitely a lot softer eye, if you guys can see that. His head's still a little bit higher than I want. But this is my first day with him. Ooh, I like that. This is my first day with him. So, you know, we're just finding out where he's at, where our starting point is, and what he needs help with. So I'm just looking for him to tell me what I can help him with while he's doing things. So we're going to bring those 2 eyes back. And I like that I don't have to do too much. It's just a simple follow your nose, follow the lead. But you can see here, he would rather go up than come down. And we haven't even started, eventually we're going to start touching him with that flag on the face. And I think we're going to start that now. So I just want him to see it, and then we'll take it away. So it's definitely with him a lot of the approach. Once you're touching him, he's not so bad, but it's that approach and nervousness on that approach. So one thing I really like about this horse is he's pretty easy to read. He's a pretty transparent kind of guy. He says, man, I know where my holes are. I know what's going on. I just need help in remembering that my job is to relax. So under here can be really scary for lots of these horses. But I thought if he's wanting to pull his head up, we'll go ahead and desensitize this area down here. Maybe that'll help us on the top side. So when we work on exercises, we don't want to be in them too long. So a reason that we would stay in an exercise is because we're not getting the right answers. For him, he's not giving us the wrong answers. He's just not fully relaxed. And that's going to be a time thing. So I want him to start figuring out he can control everything that's going on. So if he drops his head, everything goes away. If he relaxes and goes to sleep, everything goes away. Does that make sense? So his head's a little high. When he drops that down, he gets to make it go away. Good boy. So I'm going to reach in and just kind of give him a scratch, let him know good job, because he really did a good job. So one thing I like to do too with these guys is go for a walk. So just taking them for a small walk. We're not going to go very far. Just kind of gives their brain just a second to reset for me. So deep breath out, he's licking. You know, when those horses hold those mouths so tight that they won't move, that's a problem because that's a lot of frustration, and we see that with a lot of horses. And we want them to feel loose and relaxed, right? Because we don't want them to feel that tension. We want them to realize that they can control that and relax. So we had that problem with him being nervous about it coming up. That other exercise of going underneath has helped us. So let's check this other side if I come up and just touch him. Little nervous on this side. We haven't done quite as much on this side. So another thing we want to think about is our horse being balanced. So balanced left and right. Any exercise that we do on the left side, we want to do on the right side. And we want to keep him equal. So in the horse world, we do so much from the horse's left side. We lead him from the left side, we saddle him from the left side, we bridle him from the left side, we do everything on the left side. And this right side just kind of gets ignored. So this right side can sometimes be a little more reactive. And so we want to make sure that we do things to balance that horse out. One thing that we do is we actually saddle from the right-hand side. We do a lot of colt starting. Dan's got videos on the reasons why we actually saddle from the right side. You can check those out on our YouTube channel. One reason we do saddle from that right side is just so that we can get them just a little bit more balanced. So you can see we switched up exercises and that helped him a little bit. Good boy. So that's looking pretty good for us today. I think I kind of figured out a little bit about this horse and where he needs some help and some desensitizing, and figured out kind of what he needs to be able to be successful here with some of our groundwork. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you guys soon.